What's up with it, man? Polo motivation. Uh, I haven't done one of these in a hot little minute, but you know, sorry it's been a grip. Been busy with a whole hell of a lot of things. But that goes with saying, see, this is my chessboard, okay, and I make my moves and my decisions on my own free will, and that's what you should do. A lot of y'all, y'all let people dictate everything for you. No, see, that's not the way it works. Especially as a man, you have to stand principle. Uh, there's a lot of people that's going to try to antagonize you to the point where people are going to expect you to lash out. That they want you to lash out. They want you to fly off the handle, and you can't let anybody control your chessboard because if you let people dictate your move, you've pretty much already lost the game. For instance, one might be in a particular relationship and y'all might be having like a whole lot of problems. I mean, to the point where it's just pretty much unfixable. Uh, but you go to your friends to get candid advice. What's up with it, True Viking Queen? I see you in the building. You go to get candid advice. You go to look for a friend for something that's going to really help you or try to benefit you. But at the same token, they know in the back of your mind you're already struggling with problems. They already know that you're weak minded. They already know that you have no type of mental control of yourself. And they'll tell you anything to knock you off your center. They'll tell you anything to make the particular decisions that's going to bring what you have to a screeching halt. You can't let anybody do that to you. You can't let no one do that to you. You know, you make the moves when you feel ready. When you're successful at something and when you like successful at your craft or you successful at whatever it is that you're doing, it's gonna be a lot of problems that gonna come with it. And that just comes with the territory, but you still can't let anybody dictate who you are. You can't let anybody dictate any of your decisions. Like I've said it before. I've said it on previous polo motivations before. You know, you move at your own pace, but make sure that pace is actually benefiting you. Make sure that move that you make, it really counts for something. Especially now, this is aimed at guys that are above their 30s, especially above their 30, really over the age of 25. Like you should be aiming, your move should be aimed at something really direct. You know what I'm saying? Not on no childish shit. You know, I was listening to my partner Max yesterday. Shout out to Max and the Ebony Star Network. I was listening to him yesterday, and he was saying that a lot of grown men, you really don't see them online like little kids or people that's younger than them or even females. You know why? Because they are too busy trying to handle their business, which means that they're dictating their own decisions. They're making their own moves and everything. Like, don't sit there and let anybody, because like I said, it goes with saying like what I've said before about, people being train hoppers and being followers and following the trend. I've never been one to do that. I've never been one to do that. And I'd advise that you not do that either. But, unfortunately, some people are just weak in that aspect of their life. You know, um, they wanna constantly, see you melt down. They wanna see you reach a breaking point. They wanna see you, you know, uh, snap. They want you to make all these really irrational decisions when really you should have control of all of that. But see, some of y'all don't have any of that type of control. It's like being in any type of, abusive relationship. No, that man or that woman that's either mentally or physically abusing you, you know, you're letting it happen. You're letting it happen. That boss or that supervisor that's, constantly trying to take advantage of you, guess what? You're letting that happen. You're at fault for that, and look, that's okay. You have to turn it around, you know. And like I've said before, when it comes to chess, you should always be thinking several moves ahead than the next man, you know, and several moves ahead than your next opportunity. If okay, nobody can tell you how to make your moves or what type of strategy. Yeah, and that's the beauty of strategy. Strategy is very beautiful. You know, being tactical is very beautiful, especially when you're calm, when you're at a calm state, because you know that nobody's really affecting you. Um, a lot of people might look at you or feel indifferent because you do a particular thing and somebody tries to talk down on you about it, or they'll try to come there and they'll try to destroy you as a person. Man, look, what you have to do is you have to continue to stay balanced and stay centered in your decisions and in your strategy. You can't let nobody, absolutely nobody, I don't care who it is, you can't let anybody intervene with that, especially if you're a family man. And even if you're not a family man, even if you're just a person that is single, by yourself or whatnot, uh, you got your own business probably, or you're just an average worker, just a blue collar worker, just going to work, coming home every day. It's the same thing. Nobody can tell you what to do. Nobody knows what your plans are. Nobody knows what your goals are. But you eventually have to figure out, and then you eventually have to know, okay, this is what I'm going to decide to do, and this is how I'm going to do it. This is when I'm going to do it. You know, I knew a guy, um, a friend of mine. He was living with his with his people pretty much for the majority of his life. You know what I'm saying? And people would always talk about him. You know what I'm saying? What are you doing now? And I'm talking about he was, in there as a grown adult. He was living with his mom, living with his dad. I'm talking about in his 20s, everything. His mom and his dad pay the bills. His mom and his dad pay the bills. He didn't work, didn't do any of that. And people just thought, okay, well, this guy's lazy, all this other stuff, and making their little assumptions, family members, friends, this, that, and the third. And you know, he ended up getting the opportunity to get in the house and got in the house, then went from the house and then automatically then he started working. Hey, look, he moved at his own pace. Now he's he's doing phenomenal. People might hate on that. There's gonna be some people that be like, oh well, you had to stay with your mom and stay with your dad to do this and do that. Not knowing that he might have been stacking his bread and might have been putting money aside with little odd jobs that he was doing here and there. Because I mean, he was a student. He did go to school and everything, and he completed school. That's the one thing that you couldn't take away from him, is that he completed school. You know, and the most frustrating thing to people is when they absolutely can't get to you. The most frustrating thing to people is when they're trying to do everything that they can to antagonize you, to try to throw you off your center, to throw you off your game, and it doesn't work. It gets them in a rage to a point where they go out of their mind uh, doing that sort of thing. And meanwhile, you cutting above the rest. Whether it's at your job, whether it's your family members, people that are constantly associated with you. Because 9 times out of 10, the people that you associate with, that are smiling in your face, they're really, a lot of them are really envious of you. I'm not saying everybody, but a lot of them are very envious of you, of what you have, of what you're doing, how you getting it and stuff. And what they want to do is they want to jump on your side and try to make your moves and make your decisions and tell you how to run things. And then when you tell them, okay, look, I'm running things this way, they get thrown off key by that. you know and it's just, some people, they get really jealous because of the type of move that you make. They don't necessarily probably have uh, the the know-how. Some people don't. They lack the intellect. Some people lack the composure. Some people lack the just the overall cerebral balance to really do a decision. That's why, like, when if you notice, there's a lot of people that will try to overtalk you, or they'll try to say something first before you can say something, or you know and that person, believe it or not, that's cutting you off, and that's trying to not let you get a word in, or not let you say anything. That person is hurt. That person that person has really low self-esteem. you know you have to make sure that your moves are dominant on the chessboard. Yeah, dominance is not always just physical power, man. And I think some of y'all really get that really twisted. Dominance is not physical power. It's not physical power. um it's your mental capability. It's your mental capability, and it's your ability to be composed and to have poise. You know, that's why like a lot of people that are successful, they don't mind people, talking about them because they know that it comes with the territory. That I'm pretty sure that there's a lot of people that are successful that have a lot of that have accomplished a lot. They probably have people always constantly in their ear telling them different things. There might be, either a good friend or a right hand man as they call them. Your ride or die. You know what I'm saying? Your bottom, whatever. That person could be the one that's really envious and jealous and wants to see you not successful, but they're going to do it in a way to try to create any type of sabotage that they can to destroy you. They might come over here with the run tell that they'll come over here, oh yeah, well such and such did this or such and such did that. Look, you can't let little shit like that get to you. Oh yeah, well, man, such and such is doing this to you, or such a. Listen, guess what they're doing? They're trying to dictate the way that you playing the game. They're trying to dictate the way that you play a game, play the game. And see, some of y'all, men, y'all act like females. Seriously, some of y'all, like I've never seen so many guys online that get really, really in an uproar, because of somebody talking about them or somebody saying something about them or anything like that. Look, if somebody's talking about you, whether it's Facebook, whether it's on YouTube, whether it's on IG or something like that, look, this you have to understand that that's what you signed up for. You put yourself in a lot of the situations that you did, which means that what you dictated your moves. You knew what move you were going to make. So the move that you were going to make, you can't sit up there and you can't run from any type of smoke or try to dodge anything, you know what I'm saying, if it comes to you, because you made that move. You made that decision. That relationship that you're struggling with, that you're going through right now at that particular time, you knew what woman that you were going to get. Now they might have evolved into somebody else, and you saying, "Oh shit, man, I don't know who the hell this person is." That happens. But at the same token, are you gonna be able to weather that storm? And see, a lot of y'all don't know how to weather. Y'all don't know how to weather any type of storm. You think that you know how to weather a storm, but you really don't. You have no clue on what it means to struggle. And some of y'all just think struggling is just, financially. Nah, it's more than that. Some of y'all have lost people in your lives, and it's had a detrimental effect on you. Not necessarily from death, but some of y'all have have experienced a lot of loss in your life, and you have got up from the chessboard and stopped playing. And you can't do that. You got to remain centered. Humble always beats uh, trying to humiliate, like a humiliated person or hurt a person. Always remember that. Always remain humble. You know, there's nothing wrong with being a humble. You gotta be like a humble savage. You know, like, do you think that a boxer like a Canelo Alvarez really cares about what people say about him? No, because when you're at a level when you're climbing at top and you're getting there, many people are they're reaching at that point, they're reaching and grabbing for you, because they want you to stay there. Just envision you going up a hill. This is my last point. Okay, envision you going up a hill. Okay, and you got people on one side and people on another side, and they're pulling your arm, they're pulling your leg, they're pulling your clothes, they're pulling and reaching and grabbing, for you to stay where they're at. They're trying to really pull you down. Well, you know, it becomes a struggle for you to get up that hill and everything, and there weren't as many problems initially when you were climbing up the hill. The only thing it was you struggling trying to obtain a level of success that you wanted. Well, you get to that top of that hill, and once you get to that top of that hill, well, guess what? It don't get any easier. You know why? Because then you have to stay on the top of the hill, or it's going to be a long fall. You know, and it's going to be that fall is going to be so long where it's going to be slow and it's going to be gradual, but you do everything that you can to fight and stay at the top, whether it's people that's trying to knock you off, or you might have the wind that's trying to blow you off, or anything. Well, that's the way it is really with life. And some people might think, well, okay, well, that's common sense and everything, but some of y'all really don't know how to use that interpretation of what's going on. And see, everything that comes with uh with any type of success, that you get, you know, you have to understand that there's going to be good and bad with it. But at the same token, the one thing that you can't stop doing is making those moves on the chessboard, and you can't let anybody dictate any type of your moves. Can't dictate it. You can't let anybody dictate it. And you got to stand firm on that. You really got to stand firm on that. But some of y'all don't know how to do it. I've had plenty of people that came to me and tell me, "Well, yeah, I want to get this started. Yeah, can you do this for me? And can you help me with this, or can you help me with that?" Man, I can't do anything for you if you're not willing to help yourself. Oh yeah, I'm finna do this, or I'm finna do that. I'm finna get this started. Well, shoot, where's the action at? Are you pounding the pavement? Have you tried? Have you even, put any forth of effort into what you're doing? Or are you just sitting back and letting life go by and procrastinating? What's up with it, Be More Legends? I see you in the building. You know, you have to understand that the more you let people antagonize you and stop you from doing what you're doing, let you get thrown off course, focusing on somebody else, focusing on what people are saying, focusing on this or that, man, dog, that's not going to lead you anywhere. Your decisions that you make and those moves that you make on your chessboard, it has to come with tunnel vision. It has to come with tunnel vision. You got a lot of people out here that's, they want me to be somebody that I'm not. You know what I'm saying? And unfortunately, the beauty of that is that I'm not gonna sit there and I know they get mad and they want me to be somebody that I'm not. You know what I'm saying? And that would be me being fake. Uh, me allowing me allowing somebody to talk about somebody, you know what I'm saying, behind their back and say something to the instead of saying something to them man to man or face to face. To me, that's being fake. Me not allowing somebody to come and be around me because everybody else doesn't really particularly care for that person or don't want to be around that person, that's being fake. You know what I'm saying? Or me not talking to a person because they have their selected issues with a particular person or something, and me hopping on the train and saying, okay, well, you don't fuck with them, I'm not gonna fuck with them. That's me being fake. And I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna do that. I don't change up for nobody, don't bend, break, or fold for nobody. Even if I feel like I'm slightly about to bend or anything, I'm not gonna bend. I'm gonna make sure I straighten up. You know, you got to think about it. It was Veterans Day yesterday, and this is to all my veterans. Before I go ahead and stab up out of here, think about people that were in the military that served. Think about how they stand. They stand. They have to stand erect, and they have to stand tall with their chest, with their chest out. You know what I'm saying? And stand up straight. And be proud. And some people might think that that sounds kind of cheesy, but you have to do that. Yeah, you have to stand up for something, and because if you don't, you're gonna fall. You know what I'm saying? You'll fall for anything. And me, I'm not that way. I'm not that way. And see, when you making your decisions when it comes to your chessboard or anything, you can't let anybody, absolutely nobody, tell you how to do it. If you in a particular relationship with somebody, I don't care if it's male or female, and they're trying to dictate, what you do, you better put a stop to it. If you at a particular, like I said, at a particular job, or you in a career where you got people that are constantly sitting there trying to dictate your next move, put a stop to it. If you're on social media, you got an IG, or you got a channel, you got a Facebook, YouTube, or whatever, and you have people there that's trying to dictate what you do and how you do it, put a stop to it. Put a stop to it. I definitely gonna, it, you know, don't feed in to what, everybody is gonna tell you, because that's gonna land you in a messed up place mentally, you know. And you gotta understand that. You have to understand that, so this was another Polo motivation, bro. I thank everybody for, pulling up. Uh, like, uh, share, subscribe, also hit the notifications so that you're able to get each and every one of my videos. And I'll be doing a lot more Polo motivation. I apologize for slacking off in in that aspect, but nevertheless, I'm gonna pick it up, man. Have a good one. I will get at y'all later.